All right, so we're going to do a quick little review of cross multiplying. We've seen this before, so I'm just going to show you the method of cross multiplying and why it works. So in math, given an equation between two fractions, one can cross multiply to determine the value of the variable. Given two equivalent fractions like 8 over 2 equals 4 over 1. Everybody agree that's true? So the way cross multiplying works is you can multiply anywhere diagonally. Okay, and so if I were to rewrite 8, I would have to get rid of this 2 right here. So that means I can multiply it up, and I get 2 times 4, and then the 1 is on the bottom still, divided by 1. And so what is 2 times 4 divided by 1? Well, that's 8. Okay, so I'll show you this the other way. So if I want 4 by itself, 4 is at the top. I'm going to get rid of the 1 by cross multiplying it up to the 8. So then I get 8 times 1 divided by 2. And I get 4 out of that. So here's how cross multiplying gets a little unique in the fact that you can do what I call the switcheroos, meaning you can multiply up and multiply down. So if I wanted to have the 2 in the top position, I would multiply the 2 up, and it would go up there, and I would take the 4 and multiply it down, and you might go, whoa, 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 what's going on here? That's my switcheroo. I'm switching the 2 and the 4 around. I don't need this 1, so I'm going to multiply that up. So anything is legit as long as you do it as a cross across the equal sign. So if the 2 goes up and the 4 goes down, we would get 8 times 1 divided by 4. So what is 8 times 1 divided by 4? 2. So we'll try this again. You see my 1 is at the bottom, so I'm going to have to do the switcheroo with the 1 and the 8. So if you want, you can just do that automatically and put the 8 right there. And then in order for the 1 to be on top, we got to get rid of the 2 at the bottom, so that gets cross multiplied over, and that is 2 times 4. And so what is 2 times 4 divided by 8? 1. Okay, I'll try this again. If I want to make a 1/2, that means I need to do the switcheroo with the 1. Does everybody see? If I do a switcheroo with the 1 and the 8, the 1 goes on the top, the 2 is on the bottom, just like this is stated here, and then I get 4, and then the 8 moved to where the 1 was, so I get 4 8s. So if you don't understand what I just did by the switcheroos and stuff, that's not a big deal. Just know that you can go across the equal sign by multiplying, and then you can do the extra step in dividing. But if you actually kind of latch on to how you can do all these moves, it can go really fast in your solving. So if you're solving for a variable, the goal to solve with cross multiplying is to have the variable isolated in the numerator position or the top position. So x is on top, so that's good. All I need to do is get rid of the 7. I'm going to write this out. You don't have to write this out. You can just punch it into your calculator. So do you see x is left by itself, and then I'm going to go 7 times 90 divided by 3. So 7 times 90 divided by 3 is 210. Okay, so here I'm going to show it 2 different ways for you. You can latch on to whatever one you understand. A lot of people like just, you know, doing the cross. So if I do the cross and the cross, I get 4x equals 6 times 12. Okay? And then what would I have to do? I would have to divide by 4 to both sides to get the x by itself, and I get x equals 6 times 12 divided by 4, which is 18. Okay, so now if you latch on to my whole switcheroos, you see these would be switched, and then that would be crossed up. So you see my x is now into my top position, my 12 goes up to the 6, and my 4 goes to the bottom, and I get exactly the same answer 18. So it's up to you how you want to do this. Whatever you understand, do it that way. So if you want, you can pause the video and try all these on your own and then see if you're correct afterwards. So for C, if I want x in the top position, I have to switch those around and move the 12 up. So 12 times 5 divided by 10 is 6. Again, over here, switcheroo, cross up. So x equals 7 times 6 divided by 12, and I get 3.5. Okay, so just watch for when you do the assignment. If it's a decimal, 3.5, that's acceptable. But if it was 3.3 repeating, you should probably leave it as a fraction. Do not round. Okay, do the switcheroo. So x equals, x goes to the top, 5 has to go up, so 5 times 3 divided by 2, and again, I get 7.5. X is in the top position, so it doesn't have to be moved, but I got to get rid of the 25. So x equals 6 times 25 divided by 15, and I get 10 as my final answer.